Welcome to the Frugal User Channel. This is a brand new space where we'll be exploring everyday gear, the kind of stuff that makes life a little easier, smarter, or just more fun. We'll be sharing honest reviews, comparisons, and hands-on looks at the gear I actually use day to day. No hype, no paid fluff, just real experiences and practical insights. If you're into smart tools, everyday carry, or just like finding gear that works, you're in the right place. This is the start of something new, and you know what to do: like, subscribe, and stick around so you don't miss what's next.
This is the Colt Commander. Got this on Amazon on Prime Day for under $100. This is a Umarex air gun. It's a BB gun. Claims 325 feet per second. Blowback, full metal, 18 rounds, and the steel BB, standard steel BBs, 17 caliber. All right, so you can see, although it says Colt Commander, it's not really Colt Commander. No mag. It's actually pretty close to original size, so we're going to go and open this. We're going to open this. It's in this sealed container, so we'll just do the we'll cut off the edge trick. That's something you're really going to be returning anyway. There's a little button in the middle here. Wow. It's easy. There we go. There's that. All right, so some instructions for the wrench. Okay, so you see here, it's basically the same size as a full size, even though it says the instructions had it at 4.5 inches. This is a full size government. Even the top of this looks about the same. Okay, so weight wise, this is unloaded. So weight wise, we'll measure this. So full size firearm is 2 pounds, 6.6 ounces with the mags. 2 pounds, well, 3 pounds. 2 pounds, 15.9 ounces, which is basically 3 pounds. This, without a cartridge in there or an air canister, is 2 pounds, 4 ounces. So it's quite a bit lighter, 25% lighter. All right, so anyway, so compared to regular one, it does feel a little lighter. Here's that. With the little wrench here, it does come with the wrench booklet, safety rules, yada yada yada. So when you insert the canister, you push this down. This actually makes it fairly easy to insert. You see, this is a little bit wider to accommodate the canister. All right, so trigger pull. A lot less tension there. Does seem to work. So obviously that's not going to do anything. Very little spring tension pulling that back. A little bit of creep. Feels very soft. I don't know if you can see that in the video. but there is this left one. The sight's a little chipped out, although that can easily be fixed. Let's get to the gauge. See what this comes out to. Oh. All right, so we're gonna run the action here. Let's see what we get. 3.14, 4.03, 4.2, 3.10, 3.15. Average, again, let's see what the regular one does. This is a Taurus, a PT 1911, unmodified except for the sights. 4.412, 5.4, 4.11, 4.11, 4.13. So 4.13 is the average. So this here is a full pound less. All right, we'll test functionality. Yep, that doesn't go up. Here, does not fire. Does not fire. The standard, hold this back, push the trigger in. Does not seem to have a half cocked. Nope, does not have a half cocked. The slide lock open. It's got the lanyard thingy. If this works, yep, goes forward by the slide lock automatically. Does not seem to drop on its own. May need to adjust this a little bit. It should drop on its own when you slide it back. It's not enough to push it down right here. Yeah, it's just not going back far enough. Push that down. It's kind of annoying. It will work with this in there. Nope, it will not. So you have to push that down. Racking the slide doesn't really work. Right, this is just a toy anyway. Otherwise, other than a 1 pound less trigger, which many people will have anyway, it's nice. Safety system on one side is standard DI safety. Not bad. Does seem to have a knockout here, so you can take the spring out if you want.
Okay, off to chrono.
This is a little more forgiving than the light-based ones. There we go. Just loads like normal. Yeah, we do here. Still seems to be starting to wane. This is getting really cold after back from shooting it. Wasn't able to reproduce the trigger problem again. Anyway, so this lasted about 5 rounds, or 5 mags full. And I don't know if you can see it here. But right here, to get it to hold down, actually you want to get this up a little bit like that. And then the release it, you push down and it goes up. Release this. All right, so to open this, it works similar to a regular 1911. That you do push down, but rather than turning this way, the left stops. You have to turn it to the right. Now watch how there's a little spring in here that holds the bushing. And to release it, just like normal, this, push it out, and off it comes. Now, I did oil this before I shot it a little bit. It'll be fine. This gets a little weird. So this spring comes in down like this, and this long spring is here. And interestingly, this is kind of rough, so I wore it down. I may end up polishing some of this. Got a washer, metal, and a buffer. Kind of interesting. I wonder if the buffer, taking the buffer off, that'll allow me to pull the recoil spring all the way back. Anyway, so yeah, you just normally, just like a normal 1911, take it off like that. This whole mechanism's a little bit different. And then the front was interesting. So now we've got whatever they've got going on here for the length. They're calling 4.5. So this is 4.5. But I guess we've got a little bit down in here as well. So they're probably calling it from here. So what they're calling 4.5 is down to here. And then a little bit of recess that's in here. So overall length is right at 5 inches. And then go in here, we're going to have .4 and roughly 0.4. Anyway, it's actually kind of chrome. Here's the metal. It's here, mostly plastic. Like I said, I did oil a few things. Keep your oil away from the here though. Let's see if this will work with the slide stop. This has a flat part which will go towards the barrel. See, got this right here. Actually, put a little oil on that. And then you got this pin here which just rests over. That on there like that. Put it back together. This in here. Not sure if it really matters which side. There's one side that's more coil lip than the other. And we'll put this in. Just push it in like that. And plunge her in. You have that problem. Do it again. Alright. So now, I should have done this first. Yeah, the spring tension's not that bad, so it's fine. Alright. So, there's a slide lock. Oh wow, close. Oh, no cigar. The point is that this little edge piece here at an angle, when you push this back, zoom in here so you can see this right here, you push this back, it's supposed to push the lever down like that. Let it go. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's not going past that. It goes a little farther than it did before, but it's not the tension from the spring causing that problem. Anyway, that's all there's to it. I left the sights alone, so it didn't seem to matter. That's it. Anyway, so once we get it back together, it seems to work a little better. Function test, there's some BBs. No cartridge, so that's fine. Okay, anyway, so function test. Make sure it won't fire without safety. Yeah, start the safety up. It seems to be working fine. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and disassemble it. And I'm going to go ahead and tear it down completely. Don't have any grips handy, but this does look like I use a standard grips. Put this side. If you want to customize it, should work just fine. Not much different other than the bulge here than the standard 1911. Okay, now we're going to tack this right here, see what we get. Make sure your hammer's down. Let's see here. Pretty good size. So, just going to go and support this. All right, that comes out like normal. Huh, a weight. Just some extra weight. Oh well, look at that. See in there? Looks like a normal spring. So you can make some fine-tune adjustments there if you want. I could probably make, yeah. Probably tune this a little bit. But it looks very similar to regular 1911. That's kind of cool. All right, so push this back together. Imagine it uses standard pins in here. Get that stay up. There. All right. Let's leave it off. Well, it's concave on one side, so I think if we push it through the other way, it might be a little easier. What we'll do is push through like this. Okay, goes right in. So this is kind of loose, so I'll probably adjust this at some point. Anyway, it seems to work. Put it back together. All right. I don't like how loose that is. Definitely want that tighter. Okay, all done.
Okay, so be sure to subscribe, etc., to get notified of my future reviews of common items. And please let me know below if you have any more questions about this product or would you like me to review in the future.